Hello, I'm Eric Lyons from the Guelph Turfgrass Institute at the University of Guelph. When we maintain turf grasses, there are a number of things we do, and there's a timing to when we do them. Generally, mowing is something that you want to do on a weekly basis. We want to irrigate only when necessary, only when nature's not delivering the water the plant needs. There are certain tasks that we do much less often, things like fertilizing, aeration, and top dressing, and maybe even overseeding. I'll address each of these individually. When it comes to fertilization, we generally want to deliver fertilizers when the plant is actively growing. If you deliver fertilizers, which contain nitrogen, late in the fall, the plant can't take them up and utilize them. Because it can't take them up and utilize them, it's wasted fertilizer and has a potential to pollute. So generally, think about when you're delivering fertilizers and you want them to be available when the plant is growing. So if you're putting down slow release fertilizers, your last application might be in late August, early September. If you're putting down readily available fertilizers with a sprayer, your last application might be late September. Generally in the spring, the grass will have a flush of nitrogen and nutrients because microbes are waking up the same time as the grass. So getting out super early in the spring isn't necessary, but you definitely want to get fertilizer down before the summer season starts. When we aerate turf, we tend to like to do it when the conditions are ideal for the grass to grow. Those conditions tend to be late spring and early fall. Often in the middle of summer in Ontario, we experience drought, and occasionally we experience a lot of heat. When we aerate, we want the grass to recover and fill in those areas quickly, so we want ideal growth, so that's why we target those times. Also, when you aerate, you can poke holes, also you can pull a core, which brings soil to the surface. That doubles as a top dressing. When we bring that stuff to the surface, we can have issues with heat because when the sun pounds down on bare soil, it gets hot. So it's always best to push those activities to the spring and fall. Another reason we do that is in order to aerate properly, we need to have proper soil moisture. In order for the reciprocating or the drum aerator to get into the ground and pull that core up cleanly, there needs to be enough moisture there that it's okay. It can't be saturated, but it can't be completely dry. When are we going to find those times? Generally late spring, early fall. Oftentimes lawns are uneven, or there's a slope to them, or there's lots of little holes in them, maybe caused by burrowing animals, and the homeowner will want those areas leveled out. One way we can accomplish that is with top dressing. A slower process is to actually top dress with the existing soil there is through pulling a core and spreading it. But oftentimes homeowners or the clients would like to have a smoother lawn faster. We do that through top dressing. Top dressing, like aeration, should be focused on spring and fall for the same reasons. We do not want to produce a lot of heat on the surface that will inhibit the grass from growing. When top dressing, it's important to choose a material that is congruent or will blend with the existing soil mix. You can create layers that will cause problems later for that homeowner. So one thing that you would want to do is make sure you're choosing the right top dressing mix for the soil that's there, and that might require quite a bit of research. We have discovered in more recent years that adding seed to a lawn really helps it deal with pests and maintaining good turf cover. This is because when a gap occurs due to traffic or to dogs or to other reasons, there is seed there that can germinate and fill in that area. We want to have seed present so it can germinate anytime that conditions are right. So natural rainfall, proper temperatures, and a gap forms. Because of that, we recommend that you overseed lawns 3 times a year at a minimum at a fairly high rate, around 2 kilograms per 100 meters squared with perennial ryegrass. This provides ready seed that can germinate anytime there is a disturbance and there's enough moisture. We say 3 times a year, so that would mean that you're probably going to overseed in the middle of summer. A lot of people avoid this practice because they're like, well, it's drouthy in the middle of summer and it's not going to germinate. Our research has shown that over a number of years, many years, that summer overseeding event is the most important because we do sometimes get 2 or 3 weeks of rain in the middle of July, and that will be our most effective overseeding application. So our recommendation is to seed 3 times a year, once in the spring, once in the summer, once in the fall. When establishing turf on bare soil, you want to limit the amount of seed you put down because you can get too many seedlings in a small area and disease can form. Generally with overseeding, we are still using our lawn. We're mowing our lawn, we're walking on our lawn. I hope you're playing on your lawn. And so a lot of those seedlings that do germinate get crushed, and so they aren't really active. So we recommend very different rates of seeding when we are overseeding versus establishing a new lawn. When we apply fertilizers, one reason we're doing that is to get enough nitrogen there so that the plants can grow and survive and outcompete pests such as weeds. Certain types of weeds, such as black medic and clover, are legumes. They fix their own nitrogen. They are an indicator of a lawn that potentially may need more nitrogen. So when you look at a lawn that has black medic or clover in it, you could consider upping your fertility rate to deal with those weeds. I hope you found these videos informative, and as you continue with your career, I hope you become a lifelong learner. I hope you embrace learning opportunities and your professionalism grows as you do. I also welcome you to stay in touch with the Guelph Turfgrass Institute and look for us for ongoing learning opportunities.